Ashley, what's up?
Hi, it worked.
I
I'm
know,
in.
right?
That was
Finally,
so smooth.
finally, yeah. After much going back about the time, we finally got it. Finally
Yes, and
got it.
not knowing if I was going to be able to hit the accept and the technology part, still working on it. So I'm happy I got in smoothly. So yes,
I
let me
love
turn
it.
my volume up. Hang on. Or actually, yeah, that'll work, I guess.
Like I can hear you perfectly, so you're
Okay,
good.
okay. I'm half chopped off. I should probably move this up some.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're perfectly fine.
okay, good. Hi.
Yes. Hey, hi. So for those of you that are just now tuning in, this is Ashley Clark. Ashley, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Doing good. Just glad that, hey, this week is over with. We made it to the end.
That's right.
Everybody can't say that. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're very blessed to be here. You're absolutely right.
Absolutely. So, how are you doing, during the course of the pandemic? Are you safe? How's the family?
Yeah, very safe. Been staying in a lot. Just, honestly, just doing my best to distance from everyone, which has been weird. Like I was telling someone, this is the longest I think I've ever been in the house, like not around people. And I'm
Yeah.
a big people person. I love people, and I have a good community of people. It's hard not seeing everyone. Like I am super lucky I'm married. So my husband's here, so I haven't been like alone. So, but poor
Hmm.
him, he gets to hear me talk all day, every day. So he probably could use a break. But yeah, just been trying to stay safe. Just trying to do things. I've been really creative, so it's been really like a blessing. But just trying to do things to keep my mind off of just sitting around being at home and trying to stay positive and creative. So
What are some of the things that you've been doing?
yeah, so I've been writing a lot, which has been super fun. I used to write all the time when I was a little girl. I would write scripts, poems, songs, like any kind of thing, like just random inspiration. And I don't think I realized how cool it was or like what a gift it was when I was a child. I just because it was natural, and I was just like, oh, doesn't everybody do this kind of thing? And yeah, it's really weird. I'm like, yeah, no, they don't. So kind of with everything slowing down and being home more. All these creative things that I didn't even know were still honestly like so strongly there have just been like flowing from me. So it's been great. So I've been writing a lot, been working on like some projects and stuff. I've also started I started the worst with social media. And so everyone's been telling me to get on. I took a couple actually after even before I got married, and I'm sure we'll go more into that. But I took a little break from social media. Being a child actor is just kind of weird. The whole social media aspect, it wasn't really big when I was younger. So then being an adult coming into it, and it was, yeah, it's very weird. So I took a break from social media, but with the pandemic, obviously, you kind of got to get
Yeah.
back on because you can't see anybody. So that's been a really great thing. So I started a YouTube channel, and I've been offering like acting tips because a lot of people now that I've been on social media have been reaching out to me and like asking me just questions, and I'm like, huh, like I didn't realize so many people like didn't maybe know these things. So I figured everything's tough right now. Things People are losing their jobs. Like it's a tough time. So like why not like offer something free to somebody that like maybe they would have to pay for, somewhere else and maybe they can't. So I figured like why not? Like I know a lot. I've been around for a while. I've had awesome experiences. So why not like share that and pass that around with, along to someone else. So I started doing that and I'm still working on that. I think I only did my first one last week, and it was so much fun. It was so fun, but I have so many other tips. So that's something that I'm starting that has been really, really fun. So yeah.
It seems like it is a lot of fun. Like you're somebody that has experience. You've been acting for so long. Got to give a huge shout out to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air fan page that actually just joined. So
Oh
huge
yay!
shout
Hi
out to them.
guys! Woohoo! Yeah, they're
Yeah.
awesome.
I think the Fresh Prince is the greatest show of the 90s. That's just my opinion. Just saying.
Absolutely. I am so with you. It was the best. And like I didn't realize even being a child actor, like I had a small role in that when I was really little. That was one of my first roles. I was one of the little bluebirds.
I remember
But
that.
yeah, yeah. So, but even being so little, like you don't know how much talent you're like surrounded by, and like, it's a different world to grow up in. But now I see and I'm like, whoa, like this is so cool as an adult. So yeah.
What made you want to start acting?
So I've always loved being in front of the camera. I've always loved just being on. So like I would growing up, my dad and my brother, like when camcorders were a thing, and the tapes.
Kids today will never
Like
know about that.
no,
Kids today will
no,
never know about how big the
no,
camcorders were, and then
those
how you
big
had
things.
to like change the battery, and then don't let your stuff like don't let your battery die at a school function.
You're done. Yeah, no, you're done. Yeah, so we would do like camcorder stuff, or I would do camcorder stuff. We'd set it up or whatever, and I'd have my brother and my dad behind me, and I'd be directing them, be like, you guys go over here, you dance over here. And I think they probably got so tired of it because it was all the time. And then from that, I think it turned into watching TV. And my mom said I would tell her like, oh, I can do that, like commercial. I'd watch different things and I would imitate it. And so that I guess was my other way of expressing like what I wanted to do as a very young child. And then I had a friend who did like child modeling and print and stuff back in the day. And she had an agent and she asked me, my mom was like, is this something you want to try? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. And she took me into my friend's agent and they walked me in and the agent was like, hey, you want to like try out for print? So that's how it kind of started back in the day with a lot of kids. First, they wanted to make sure you could like be in front of a camera without even talking. So it started out with just doing print stuff. And so they took me on and my first role was like a Speedo ad. So I always joke and like I tell my husband, I was like, I was a bikini model back in the day. Like I used to model babies when I was like what 4? No. So that was my first role, and so that's how I started. And then from there, they started sending me out on commercials, and then TV shows, and yeah.
I remember seeing you as a young Brandy on Moesha.
Yeah.
What was that? I do, yeah, because
Aw.
you were the little Brandy and like you were dancing with her mom and
Oh my
like
God,
what
that's
what was
cool.
that whole experience like for you back then?
Yeah, so that was super, super, super cool. Like I said, I was very young, but I do remember being really excited when I got the role because, like, I mean, it was Brandy and like everyone talked about her, and like I was young and she was beautiful, like she's Brandy, and so I remember being like super excited. I went to the audition. I'm trying to think, and got the call back and all that stuff, and even as a kid. I would get so excited. I'd be like waiting for my mom's phone to ring to hear if like the agent was calling. Like, did I get it? Did I get it? Like, so I was like always like on edge. Every time the phone was like, was it the agent? So I was like super excited after that. And then I got it. And then I remember being on set was just like it was a great experience being young. And then I shared on my social media that it was really cool because after I did Moesha, I then shortly after, why does my screen keep dimming out? Okay, technology. Anywho,
You're doing
I'm
good. You're
still here.
doing good. I
I'm
promise.
still here. Okay. So yeah, shortly after that, I auditioned and ended up booking the Hughleys, and I ran into Brandy on the set lot, and like she remembered me, and we talked a little bit, and like she just was so encouraging and inspiring, and like telling me just to don't change, to remain humble, don't allow like this industry to change me, don't change as a person. She's like, please just stay your sweet self, and like that's something that like it was a really cool experience, and I didn't even realize how much it kind of like shaped my career, like because I told my husband like recently, I was like, I still think about that like till this day even in my career. So it's like just the impact of your words on people when you are positive, like it's really like helped shape me in my career. Like times when I'm thought about like I could act this way or react, and I'm like, yeah, but I can't do that. That's not who I am. And like people are watching, like you better not start acting crazy. So it's really helped keep me grounded along with like God, obviously, and my family and stuff. But yeah, so that was a really cool experience. I didn't know years later I was gonna get the Hughleys or we'd even see each other again. So it was cool.
Speaking about Brandy, this week she did the versus battle with Monica. Did you get a chance to tune in?
I didn't yet. Did you?
I watched it,
Oh
and
my
you are.
gosh.
All right. Well, I can't even talk to you about it
Don't.
now because you haven't seen it. All
Don't.
I'll say is this: you are in for a treat. You will not be disappointed,
I'm gonna cry. I'm
and
gonna
that's all I'm
cry.
gonna say. You won't be
I'm gonna
disappointed.
cry. I cannot wait. Brandy, that especially Boy Is Mine, my cousin and I, we would like that was our thing. Okay. No, I am not joking. So when I saw, I almost flipped when I was like, what? They're getting back together? Because like we would do The Boy Is Mine, and I'd be Brandy, she'd be Monica. We'd go to the room, be slamming the door on our little phones with the cord,
Kids today
pretending.
will never know how that
They'll never
was.
know. So yeah, I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. Now, you mentioned, you got a chance to book the role on the show with D.L. Hewley. Like, how much fun was that even working with him and the other cast members?
That was super, super fun. That show was there. Oh, the stupid screen again. The show was incredible. It was incredible. We were like a family, honestly. I'm trying to think. There's so many fun memories, but I don't know if a lot of shows were like ours. And obviously, like experiences that you have as a kid, like you don't know, if other people have the same experience. But from what I've heard, like we were very close on the show. Like it was so much fun. Like half the time, it didn't feel like work for me as a kid. It just felt like I was going there to play and see people that were like really nice and happy. Like I talked about, like DJ and we had so much fun. Oh man, there were so many stories of stuff that we did.
Because you played
We
his daughter.
Yeah, DL's daughter, yeah. And so the brother and I on the show, we would like, I think one time on set, like nobody knew, we like stole the keys to like the golf cart on the lot and like went around driving them. So there were so many things that you do as a kid. You get bored on set sometimes. But everyone there was like amazing. Like the cast was awesome. the guy who played the neighbor, like I remember he was like a giant to me because I was a kid and he was very tall, so he'd like swing me from his feet. So like everyone, like honestly, they were really great on the set on the show. John Hinton and I were super, super close. Like he was always my like happy spot every time I would show up to the set early. I was so excited to see him. Like he just treated us like we were little like sweet angel kids, and like it was great. It was a really awesome experience.
Why did the show end?
Honestly, I do not know. The crazy thing about that is, I thought, I don't know if everybody else thought, I was a kid, so who knows if they told me, everything. But I was under the impression that we all thought we were going to be coming back. So that was a really weird way that it ended. I thought we would take a hiatus and then we'd come back for another season. And that's what I expected. And then we got a call and we're like, oh, the Hughleys isn't coming back. So it ended so abruptly that as a kid, I didn't realize like how sad it was, but I didn't get to say bye to anyone. So like, I haven't seen so many people since the show ended. So like most shows, you're about to end. It's like, okay, last, episode, oh, tears. But like for us, it was just like, it was weird. So I was just like, well, hopefully I'll run into somebody someday or like, keep contact. So it's been great for the people that I have stayed in contact with, and we still talk. It's been really, really awesome. So
I recently saw a picture you posted with one of your cast like members there. So who from the cast would you like to at least see in the future?
Again in the future? Okay. Honestly, oh man. Okay, so Lisa and I talked. I haven't seen her.
Actually, I tried to get her to do my show, and
Did you?
yeah, that didn't turn out too good. I'm gonna just leave that there.
Okay. Oh no.
I'm gonna just leave that there. Conversation
Okay.
for a different day. Yeah.
Okay. We'll save that for another day. But yeah. So I've seen John. We talk. John Hinton and I, the one who played Uncle Millsap. We talk like every now and then. Like I'll message him random, like just thinking about you, or he'll message me like, "Hey Ashley, love you." Like just sweet stuff. He's the best person ever. So honestly, anytime I get to see him again is like a happy day for me. It's like like family. Like I love him so much. So I know I've seen him, like the last time I think I saw him was like 2 years ago, and he's been like out of state, and he's like, oh, when I come back we'll meet up. But just when I see him, it's just like one of those warm feelings that you're just like, oh, like you're just like, I'm here, it's just sweet. So
Right.
he's been great.
And from there, you actually got a chance to, be cast in the film Love Don't Cost a Thing with Christina Milian and Nick Cannon. What was that experience like?
That was cool. That at that point, I don't even know how old I was in my the stupid screen in my career. But that was a really weird. Oh yeah. So actually, funny, you're the only person I'll tell this. Love Don't Cost a Thing was a very weird time. Like people don't understand with child actors. Like I think I was like 15, 16, and it was probably one of those awkward stages for me. Like I think I had started getting like acne or breaking out. So and I was trying to pluck my eyebrows, didn't know what I was doing. They were thin as heck. Didn't know. So it's just like one of those weird things that every kid goes through, but then you have to go through it on camera. So it's kind of weird, So I feel like during that, it was cool. But I definitely felt like during that time, like I was a little bit more reserved. So I feel like I spent more of my time focusing on my script, being in my trailer, more to myself, just probably because I was just going through a weird stage, like a little weird insecure kid. So, to be honest. So it was really fun. Nick is great. I actually knew Nick when I was younger. We had the same manager when I was a really little, when I first started, even before the Hughleys. There was this manager that we had that managed a lot of kid actors. And so he managed Nick as well. And I would go up to all that set and hang out. And I got to see a lot of the shows when I was really little. And so Nick and I met through him. So when I did Love Don't Cost a Thing, it wasn't like we knew each other from the past. So it wasn't like, who are you? So I was like, oh, hey. So, yeah.
I think my favorite scene in Love Don't Cost a Thing might have been the one where he was slowly starting to, get some popularity. And he walks down, I think, the hallway with Scooby-Doo shorts or something. So if you had to pick a favorite scene from that movie, what would it be?
Oh my God. Honestly, my favorite part, and it is not because I am in it. It is not. If I wasn't even in that movie, I would still pick it. It's that morning scene, the dinner scene with Steve Harvey dancing. That cracks. It's just I'm so tired. It's just I'm just I die laughing to this day. It just, you can just give me that part and I will laugh every morning. It's just his just him.
And then like you and Nick were kind of going back and forth, and like he had called you like Lil Kim in training. I'm like, oh shoot, that's not a good
Yeah.
thing.
No, it is not a good thing. It is not a good thing at all. But yeah.
Yeah, it seems like, you had a lot of fun doing that, and with everything that, Nick went on to do. Uh-oh. Okay, I got you.
But apparently you can get a phone call during a live.
Oh yeah,
So that was
you'd be
my
surprised.
agent calling me right now. Like, no, don't do
That's how you know you're a busy person if an agent keeps calling. See, I ain't on that level yet. Yep,
oh my
and
gosh,
there
you just
you
did it
go.
again. Sorry, I'm so
That
sorry.
it's
No, I
not your.
promise you, like, he doesn't, no, he doesn't even normally call me. He texts me. I find it very funny that I'm getting called now that I'm live.
Yo, believe it or not, things like this happen to me all the time. True story. So I did a segment on my show back in, I want to say it was like late April, early May. Can't think of it at the moment, but I did a segment with Jason Weaver, and Jason, one of the coolest
I know.
guys, so nice. Shout
Aw.
out to Jay Weave if he's
Hi,
watching this.
Jason.
And as I was talking to him, all of a sudden somebody called his phone, and I'm like, oh shoot. So trust me, you're not the
Okay, so it's
first
not just
person.
me. Okay.
You're good. You're
I
good.
also love the interview that you did with Terry Davon.
Thank
Actually,
you.
hi Terry, if you're watching. Shout out to Terry. I'm gonna message her because she's beautiful and amazing. I actually met her when I was really little at this I don't remember the name of it. It was like some young it was supposed to be like an old Hollywood event where a bunch of like different I don't know if it was an all black celebrity event back in the day or if it was just old Hollywood, but I just remember a lot of the black actors that were around me at that time. And I just remember thinking like, oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. Like we literally had to dress like old Hollywood. They brought out cars that were like old cars, and I dressed up. It was so cool. And I remember looking at it, and Terry was like so sweet. And I remember her like saying hi to me, like a little kid actor. And I was like, oh, she's so beautiful. And then I saw your interview, and I was like, she's still so beautiful, and she's still so
Oh
amazing.
yeah.
So she's amazing.
Extremely sweet too.
So sweet, and
Extremely
that's what I.
sweet.
Oh my gosh, and that's what I love seeing. I was like, oh my gosh, like she's not changed one bit. Like she's so sweet.
I'm just
So yeah.
glad that she actually gave me a follow back. I was like, oh cool. That was definitely nice. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, because she
Absolutely.
see, like I think one of the coolest things about me doing my show is that I'm able to interact with so many celebrities, some of them big time, some of them quote unquote not so big. Here's how I look at it. If you have an agent and a publicist, you're bigger than what you think.
I guess so, huh? That's
Yeah.
so true.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Like, you've been on things like, you've been on television, you've done movies, and, you're an extremely down to earth person. So, what advice would you give to those young actresses that want to follow in your footsteps?
Definitely stay grounded. Do not forget who you are, your reason for starting. Definitely, I feel like would be the biggest advice. Don't forget like your why of why you started, and just yeah, I feel like that's the biggest thing because if you remember why, then I think you won't allow even the fame maybe to go to your head. Like, I mean, as long as your why is a good why, I guess if you want to just be famous, then maybe the fame will go to your head. But if it's really because you like love it, then just maybe keep that in mind because I feel like that's also helped me stay grounded of like, like I had never wanted to do it to be famous. I've never wanted to be famous. That's why I stayed off social media. I'm like, I don't want people looking at me. I just want to act and I love putting my work out there. So I just feel like maybe just remember why you started, stay grounded. Yeah, I guess those would be the biggest tips. Have a good support system around you. And honestly, like people that are gonna be honest with you, love you, support you, because it gets rough. Like you don't know sometimes like when your next job is, when your next audition is, like you don't know. And so you need people to like tell you keep going. And then when you maybe get haughty and you get big headed, you need to people to tell you like, hey, calm down, like chill out, So, and I've been so blessed to have that. So it's really, really helped me in my career. So yeah.
Earlier, earlier as we were talking, you mentioned your husband. So does
Yes.
your husband help you stay grounded too?
Oh my gosh, he has been. Oh yeah, absolutely. He's like, don't think you're not. No, he's been great because like he could give a crap if I act or not, and like that's one of the biggest things that attracted me to him. Actually, probably for like a year before we dated, he didn't even know I was an actress. And I wanted it to be that way because growing up in Hollywood, you just don't know who's being your friend sometimes because of what you're doing, and it's just you don't know who you can really trust. So it's been amazing. Like he could give a crap. He's like, I don't care if you act. I don't care if you bake cupcakes, you know, I just want you to be happy. So he's not impressed by
Oh
me, you
man.
know, like in that sense, you know, where it's like, oh man, you know. So it's been really great. But like the minute he's my scene partner, like he's the person behind the cameras when I'm at home doing stuff. So he's been incredible, an incredible support system, and yeah, keeps me
How
grounded.
so like how do you continue to stay motivated even during the difficult moments?
God, honestly, knowing your purpose and knowing why God placed you here in your calling. And honestly, like, I probably took a couple of years off. I was still commercially doing it, but I took a little bit of time off because, I mean, first of all, I started so young and I think I questioned for a while, like, am I just doing this because it's all I know because I started so young? I was like, or am I doing this because it's something that, like, you know, I'm supposed to be doing? So I did question for a while. And around that time, didn't have like that support system that you need to be like, no, like, you know, I wish somebody would have back then, but it's really cool because God took me on an awesome journey of like rediscovering myself and everything that he's done in my life. And I just think, yeah, knowing that it's something that you're supposed to do is what will keep you motivated. And knowing that like your gift is helping other people, or maybe if you look at it that way, that will keep you motivated because it becomes less about yourself and how you can actually like help people and how you influence people and impact people. And just, yeah, I guess that would be, hopefully that answers what you were asking.
Oh no, it definitely answers. I was enjoying that answer. That's why I was quiet. Like,
Like, do we freeze? No.
no,
um,
you're fine. You're fine. I'm
but
enjoying it.
yeah. So I feel like that's the biggest thing because, like, for a while, yeah, I definitely questioned, and I was, you know, I even was like, man, am I like good at this? Should I be doing this? And I feel like a lot of actors, you know, do that, but it always goes back to like, you know what, God gave me this gift when I was a little kid, like, so obviously He gave it to me for a reason, you know, and I need to
Hmm.
use it, and not allowing fear to stop you too, because like I think I kind of at one point like was afraid of the negativity because social media. That's why I kind of stayed off because as a child actor, there, first of all, you kind of just get fan mail. But like back in the day, there wasn't Instagram and MySpace and Facebook. So like
Kids don't know how
people,
lucky they
they
have it.
don't know. No, especially like I kind of do like sometimes I do feel a little bit bad for like some of the child actors today because I'm like they can see everything people say and think about them all the time. Like I didn't get that experience, like, but the stuff that you would see about some of your friend actors, you know, like back then I think it was just IMDb would have like you could comment on different actors,
You
and so
could.
people would just go in on some of these kids and people as if like just commenting about their appearance and just mean things that don't even need to be said, you know. And it's like these are kids already, so just be nice, come on, just there's human people, you know. Yeah, come on. So I think with that, like I when social media started and I got older, I was like, well, if that's how people were back then, and I, you know, there weren't even that many people on, it kind of made me think like once I got on social media, people were kind of going to be bashing and talking crap. I'm like, oh, you're just a, you know, child actor. And I also feel like there's a lot of stigma. People assume you're just like bratty and spoiled, or, you know, and it's like you haven't even given me a chance to like show you who I am because I am farthest from that, you know. So I kind of
Farthest from
stay,
that.
yeah,
That's for
thank
dang
you.
sure.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, thanks. But yeah. So I just feel like what was I even talking about?
I've been enjoying the convo, but no. So
Okay.
the question was, you know, how do you stay motivated in the difficult times? You already
Yes.
answered that. The next question
Okay.
I have, if you were to get back in, well, first of all, do you want to get back into, you know, acting like on TV shows and things of that nature?
Yeah, so I am. So I've been auditioning and stuff actually. So I started back. So I took a little bit of time off a couple years ago. And so it's been like maybe a couple years, like 2 years since I've been back. And I had a project that I was actually supposed to be going to Atlanta to film and funding kind of stuff, you know, life
Mm-hmm.
happens. So that didn't
Don't
go
I know it?
through. Yeah, you know. So that didn't go through. But yeah, so I'm auditioning and stuff again. Things are obviously slower because we're still kind of on lockdown, but been doing a lot of like self-tape auditions and stuff. But along with that, like I said, I'm also like starting to create my own stuff for the first time. So that has been so fun and like so exciting. And I just can't wait to see like what's gonna come out of all this stuff. So because I have been creating stuff for years, but I didn't even, it's so weird. Like I didn't even like call it creating. I was like, oh, I'm just writing ideas down. Like I just literally made it so small, you know, and I'm like, no, like these are awesome ideas. So I've started actually putting them, like writing them, typing them, actually doing things, getting ready to, you know, send some stuff actually. Yeah. So it's been really exciting. So yeah, I'm acting, doing all that stuff again.
Who are some of the other actors or actresses that you would really like to work with if the opportunity presented
Viola
itself?
Davis. I
Yeah.
love Viola Davis. Oh my gosh. And I also love Kerry Washington. I am the biggest Kerry Washington fan and Viola Davis. And I think
Love
everything that,
Carrie.
yeah. And yeah, I would love to work with Viola Davis. I'd also love to work with Denzel, obviously. Like, who wouldn't want to work with Denzel Washington?
Yeah.
Can I be your daughter, Denzel? No. So, yeah.
I feel that all three of those people are, incredible because of the paths that they've, taken. Like we grew up watching them. And
Yeah.
then, you're actually in the same field that they are. And I mean, who knows what can happen? Like if I could do an interview with somebody, three people, Will Smith, Martin Lawrence, and Stephen A. Smith.
That's your three?
Those are like my top. If I can interview
Okay.
anybody right now,
Okay.
Will, Martin, and Stephen A. Those are my
Okay.
top three.
There you go.
I just hope somebody will call me back. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave that
Hey, put it out there.
conversation.
You never know who's gonna send it along to who.
Yeah, I mean, hey, the way I see it is, this is what we call the groundwork, and you just got to keep building and keep pushing. So, I appreciate you for taking this time out. If anybody wanted to follow you on social media or want to connect with you, how can they do that?
Yes, tell them to please follow me because that's been a whole nother story. For some reason, I cannot get verified on Instagram. They've denied me 5 times, even though I'm verified on Google and I'm an actress, I think.
You
I
have an
thought I was.
IMDb page for crying out loud.
So it's been a little frustrating. I mean, like, and it's not even about the whole having a blue star. It's the searchability fact, in that a lot of people have literally thought that I was a fake profile. There's also 2 impersonation accounts, so do not follow them and please report them if you see them. But my actual Instagram is the Ashley Monique Clark, and I hate that it's the Ashley Monique Clark because, like I said, it is not because I think I'm the Ashley Monique Clark. It is because the other girl took my freaking name. She's Ashley Monique Clark, and I'm like, what the heck? So find me at the Ashley Monique Clark on Instagram. I'm also newly on YouTube, so please subscribe, follow me if you want acting tips and stuff. I'll be posting those. Like, I'm gonna try to do once a week. So that's Ashley Monique Clark because nobody stole that one yet. And yeah, and I think and I have a website that's up now, ashleymoniqueclark.com. So yeah,
Do you
those are my socials.
do you have any type of projects that the people can look forward to coming out for? Or can they
Ah.
can look forward to coming out?
I know, well, I have some that I'm developing, but I can't talk about it. I can't say anything yet. But they can look forward. They can look on social media soon because I might be like maybe releasing little hints or ideas, but I gotta be quiet right now. So,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
know how that feels because
so
there's
annoying because I want to share everything too. Like, it is hard for me to be quiet. I'm like,
I kind of go through that anytime I book like a celeb because the way I am is I really don't like announcing anything. I would rather just do it and have the people see it.
yeah.
However, with the kind of work that I do and the kind of people that I've been talking to, I actually can keep a secret. I really can. But let's just say, next couple years I sign a contract with somebody and now they're blowing everything up saying, this week he's talking to X, Y, and Z. I'm like, y'all just ruined my surprise, man. I can't even say nothing.
Exactly, and it loses that factor.
Yeah, but regardless of it, this has been so much fun. You are by far you and another person I talked to, Carla Jeffries. You might know or you might not. Carla was on Disney. I
Okay.
want to say she was on Zombies 1 and Zombies 2. You two are by far some of the most energetic and bubbly people I've ever interviewed. So thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I had a blast. Now I gotta go find Carla because I'm like, can you be my friend so like I can have someone else to bounce this energy off of?
I'm telling you,
So,
because both of y'all have similar backgrounds. Like y'all both started off young and kept going.
really?
So
Oh,
yeah,
I'm gonna go find her. I want to be friends with
yeah.
her.
And I
Probably gonna think
def
I'm a weirdo.
nah, you're good. And I definitely I don't know if you I pay attention to a lot of stuff. So thank you for watching the interview I did with Robert Richard. I think it was last week.
Oh yeah,
I appreciate.
yeah, yeah. I love Robert. Robert, actually, I don't know if we're out of time. He was actually, I worked with him. That was one of my first roles too when I was younger. There was, I don't know if you remember, Nickelodeon. Shaquille O'Neal used to do this thing. O'Neal used to do this thing called sports. O'Neal used to do this thing called sports theater
Oh
back in
yeah.
the day. Yeah, so I actually played Robert's sister in one where he was like, I guess, dreaming of being like a young baseball player, and I played his little sister, and that's how we met way, way back in the day. When I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, what? That's so cool. So yeah, I watched that one, and I watched Carrie's, and I'll continue to watch them. Like I said, my internet went out last week, so but yeah.
Don't
But
feel
I
bad.
love
My power went out last week.
it's terrible. I was like, internet shortage, like the one week where I'm trying to get some interviews. Like, really? So
Yeah,
I'm happy that worked out.
I know how that goes. Before we go, I'm gonna give a huge shout out. My big sister Darnell Clark is on here.
Oh,
If you could subscribe to her channel called Clark's Cozy Corner.
okay.
What she does is she's a first grade teacher, and she dresses up as the characters in her book and reads them to the kids.
Oh my
So
God, that's so cool.
so yeah, like
Clark's
if
Cozy Sisters.
no, it's called Clark's Cozy Corner.
Clark's Cozy Corner. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go follow. I love that. Like, I love the kids. I am obsessed with kids too. So anything kid related, I love it. So I'm gonna go follow her.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Monique Clark on the Chris Gunther Show. Ashley, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Chris. It was a blast.